Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Today I'm going to talk about two different UK visa pathways for foreign entrepreneurs, namely the UK self-sponsorship visa and the Innovator founder visa. What I will do is I will provide a very brief and generic overview of each visa. I will outline some of the pros and cons of each, and in the end I will inform you about what sort of business assistance I'm able to provide to you. Okay, so before I start going into the visa pathways and the information about them, I will provide a very brief introduction about me. My name is Sohrab and I am a business consultant specializing in helping migrant entrepreneurs. I went through this migrant entrepreneurship journey in the UK myself I moved to the UK alone when I was 17 on a student visa. I obtained my master's degree when I was 22. Afterwards, I was backed by my university, which was Newcastle University, with an endorsement for a startup visa. And then afterwards, I scaled a tech business in the UK to 30 UK cities. I hired a total of 13 people. This was under the old visa called Tier 1 Entrepreneur. However, I obtained two Tier 1 Entrepreneur visas and two endorsements for the previous Tier 1 Graduate Entrepreneur visa / Startup visa, which was the old version of that. I settled in the UK. I successfully extended that Tier 1 Entrepreneur visa, and subsequently I obtained British citizenship. So I've really gone through this journey myself, and what I currently do is I help international entrepreneurs with all their business needs. For all immigration advice and inquiries, I will refer you to an OISC regulated immigration advisor should you need any help with that. With me, I'm the business person, so I provide all the business assistance that you may need. So there's me. Okay, now let's go into the visas. Now there is primarily two main pathways for international entrepreneurs. So the first one is the Innovator founder visa, which is pretty much the only main visa pathway for all international entrepreneurs. And the way it works is you need to have a business idea that is innovative, viable, and scalable. And this needs to be verified and approved by an endorsing body. There is technically 4 of them in the UK, so if you want to obtain this visa, the main requirement is that you need to have an endorsement letter from one of these endorsing bodies. And that's something, the endorsement stage and putting together your business plan and everything else, that's something that I'm able to help with, and especially with validating your business idea before you actually go and submit your application to the endorsement body. I guess that's, if you may call it, that's one of the disadvantages, and that is that you need that third-party approval for your business idea. And it's not just that, because getting the visa is not the end. During those 3 years of your visa, you also need to meet the targets that are set out in your business plan to get a further endorsement later on for settlement. So yeah, you're under scrutiny under that visa, and it's very important that you meet those milestones that are set out in your business plan. Therefore, it's very important that they are realistic. So that's the Innovator founder visa. Let's go into the other visa pathway, which is the UK self-sponsorship visa. Now, this is not an actual official visa pathway, okay? There is no such thing as a self-sponsorship visa. This is mainly a strategic approach to setting up a UK business and then obtaining a certificate of sponsorship and sponsoring yourself as a director under the skilled worker visa. So that's the way this kind of works. Now, I have to say, with probably both of these visa pathways, but especially this one, it's very important that you do this with an immigration advisor or solicitor, which, as I said, I'm happy to refer you to them because I don't get involved in the immigration stage. My help is primarily with the business aspects. So relevant, whether you want a visa or not. Nevertheless, that's the process. Okay, so you have to register a viable business, and you need to have a viable business, and then you need to obtain a sponsor license, and then you sponsor yourself under the skilled worker visa. So on the abstract, it may seem relatively straightforward, but in my opinion, it's definitely very far from straightforward because there is various documents that you need to provide. There are requirements that your business has to meet. Namely, you need to have an authorizing officer in the UK, and this needs to be a settled person in the UK or a British citizen. So that's one. Your business must have a UK bank account, and if you're based abroad, opening a UK business bank account could be challenging if you don't have a UK address. Although this is something that you need to check with each bank. So there's that. And the bank needs to be registered with the Financial Conduct Authority, FCA. So there is that one. Also, the job must be at an appropriate level, and there is a minimum salary threshold that it needs to meet. So there is that one. So the business needs to be able to fund that role. And also, there will be an interview, probably by the Home Office, for granting a sponsor license. There will be compliance visits and audits, and your business must be able to maintain its sponsorship duties and comply with them. And this spans across a period of a few years. So very important for those measures to be in place and that you comply with all those audits. But as I said, very much important to do this with an immigration advisor or solicitor, and I'm happy to refer you to one. So, as you can see, this self-sponsorship pathway, it may seem that you have more independence and autonomy, but it has its own tricky requirements. You may not need approval from a third party, such as the endorsing body. However, there's a range of other requirements that you need to meet. I guess another advantage of this is that your business, it needs to be genuine and viable. However, it does not face that strict requirement of innovation and viability and scalability as it may do under the Innovator founder visa. So food for thought and another thing to consider. Now, if you need more information about this, I have provided some information about both of these visas on my website. As I say, this is just general information. I'm not able to advise you personally on which visa path may be best for you. However, if you do require that, you may get in touch and I will refer you to an immigration advisor. So there is that. Now let's go into what I am able to help with. So let's start with business plans. You will need a business plan for both of these visa pathways. For the self-sponsorship visa, it's not a mandatory document. However, immigration advisors generally advise that a business plan is provided for the sponsor license application. So there is that, because that's the easiest way to prove the viability and genuine nature of your business. And I can help with your business plan, whether it's reviewing it or writing it from scratch or consulting you on the business plan itself. So now with the Innovator founder visa, you definitely need a business plan as part of your endorsement application. Again, I'm able to help with the business plan on all stages, regardless of what it is that you may meet. Now with the Innovator founder visa, or even with a self-sponsorship visa. Another thing I'm able to help with is pretty much general business consulting about starting a business in the UK. Because starting a business in another country, it can and it will be complicated. There is a lot of factors that you need to take into account, whether it's the go-to-market strategy, whether it's compliance. There's a range of things that you need to look after. Excuse the siren. So I'm able to help with all of that. For more information about what I am able to help with, please refer to my website or get in touch with me via the contact form on my website. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.